Shirt show. All right, let's go.
Shirt show! Talking shirt! Shirt show! Talking shirt! Shirt show! Talking shirt! Shirt show! Shirt, man! All right! Episode 86 of Shirt Show. We're talking with the Print Girl Mafia. Let's go! Shirt show!
Hey there, Daddy.
Check.
Check.
Can you hear me?
Where are you right now?
I am in Laguna Beach.
Mm-hmm.
I bought these Bluetooth yesterday at the hardware store. Dude, it's crazy, right? Like you spend a bunch of time together and then you part and then it gets sad.
It's very sad.
We
don't all get month-long vacations like you do.
Easy. It's not a month. It's not a month.
What was it? 5 days short?
No. And so we left on the 12th and today is the 25th. No. What's today?
Yeah, 25th.
Yeah. So it's not a month. She's setting up out there on the porch.
She's just fucking dancing.
Yeah. So let's do our sponsors because we got a lot to do here. It's a big day.
You're going to knock out sponsors now? We're not going to talk about stuff?
Why don't we knock out sponsors, then talk about stuff, highlights,
Okay, sure.
Then we bring on our special guests. Check out this coffee. Little mug.
Tiny little guy.
And they deliver it to the room. So I feel like I have to lean into the mic now because I can't pull it. I can't put it in my face.
I can hear you just now. You don't have to get so close. You're fine.
Like this?
Yeah. If you could do it like that the whole time, that'd be great.
No, check this out. So they text us last night like, hey, Mr. Redmond, when you want us to deliver the coffee to the room?
When do you want us to spit in your coffee and drop it off at your hotel room?
Why that? Why do you? I don't think so. It's pretty good spit.
People.
It's pretty good spit.
Okay.
All right. So we are going to have to make do for our frank button. I'm going to use this because there's a little story behind it.
Okay.
Ready? That'll be our frank button.
Michelada. Frank. Speaking
That's
of
right.
Frank, we really missed you, buddy.
So, Dylan, it all starts with the screen, and whether it's new stretches or restretches, Frank and his team do it the best. To find out more, go to graphicscreenfashion.com, FFFFF,
rank.com,
or
greatfuckingscreens.com.
Yeah, that's right.
We got asked by a ton of people where Frank was. So you were missed, bud.
I tried looking. I thought like if we could find just a screen, like one Frank screen, we could just set up at his booth. You know what I mean? And just start talking about it.
Yeah, it would have been good.
I should have tried to sneak one of those on the plane. All right. So next we have Easy Way. Cleaning screens is no fun, but Easy Way makes it funner. Their line of eco-friendly chemicals will help you keep your screens and your shop clean. Check them out at easyway.com. Easy Way.
It's the easiest way.
It is. You want to say anything about Alex right now?
Yeah,
or are we just going to leave?
No, we can't leave Alex hanging. One of the best guys out there. One of the best humans on the planet.
He is. I hugged him.
I hugged him many times.
Let's just leave it at that. Next, we have Action Engineering. Here we go again. Yeah.
What now, Joanne?
Yeah, what now?
Wait your fucking turn, okay?
Oh, sure.
Oh, you got some of this.
You're offering me some.
You're topping Andy off on camera?
Should I am?
Okay.
Oh.
Here you go, Dilly.
It's one of the sweetest things that happened over this whole, whatever it was called. What did we do? Convention.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one morning It was a little bit rough start because of the night before. And I said, I'll be down in the lobby in a second. And you had a coffee ready for me. A little bit of spit. It has half and half. Half
me, half milk.
Yeah. And it was delicious. So here we've got Action Engineering, and they make a ton of accessories printers need. Go to actionengineering.com. I hear you laughing in the background. So what's going on?
Hands in the back.
We just totally botched this whole thing for Action, but I don't know. It'll work.
No, it's not botch. We love Action.
Good. Go to actionengineering.com to have a look. Then use Shirt Show at checkout and get a one-time discount of
15%.
Mm-hmm.
Go get some squeegees. Go get some palettes.
Go get something. Dylan, Monarch Color makes ink that does what it's supposed
to do.
Yeah.
The story behind that is Aaron. Did we talk about this already? I don't remember. But Aaron asked us if we had any words of wisdom or a testimonial or whatever we could say about Monarch. And he was going to put it at the booth, like in the video and everything.
Right.
And mine comes up and it says, Dylan Gilligan, Upstate Merch. And it says, Monarch Ink does what it's supposed to do. End quote.
So, I mean,
it's true.
I don't know if we need to say any more. So ink better, print better, be better.
Live Moss.
Monarch. And Aaron, thank you for dinner, by the way, which we have paid for, I guess. We kind of split it.
We had to.
Here's why. We had to. You want to tell the story why?
The story is that Aaron invited me and Andy to dinner, and we brought like 15 people with us.
And so we're like, I don't know. We felt bad, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, we took care of it. You took care of it.
Yeah, we all did a lot of that, right? I took care of this. You took care of that. Take care of each other.
Yeah. Spice of life.
Yeah, I did bring this up a second ago, and we probably should speak to it a little bit.
So yeah, I flew into Long Beach, and then I was there a day early, but I was exhausted, tired. Watched Beetlejuice on TV and crashed. Got up in the morning. I went to my favorite spot, breakfast bar, had a wonderful breakfast. And then I hit up Andy and said, hey, when are you gonna be around? And he let me know when he was going to be at his Airbnb. So I took a beautiful stroll and walked to his Airbnb. Got there, and you and JoJo had just arrived as well. And you get out of the car, and you guys are beautifully tan, and just got done with a nice car ride. And we go to walk into your Airbnb, and it reeks of fish.
It does. Smells a little fishy.
And I remember walking in and we were like, oh, you should probably air this place out a little bit. And then we sat down and it still smelled like fish. And you decided, what did you decide, Andy?
I messaged the Airbnb host and I said, doesn't smell so great in here. He replied back and said, describe the smell and this maybe the source of it. And I said, it smells maybe a little fishy.
A little fishy.
Yep. And it smells so fishy. In fact, we can't stay here and it's unacceptable. And he said, his reply back was, it's the ocean.
The ocean that you weren't even close to.
Yeah. And that we had to open the doors to get more of that smell in to get the other smell out. Yeah.
Right. It makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. But it all worked out.
So anyway, we got hit up. Well, Andy got hit up by our buddies at that one print shop. Mm-hmm. And he was about 45 minutes away. And he wanted us to come out and hang out. So we were trying to make our plans for the day because we were getting asked by a bunch of people to hang out and do things. And we were like, screw it, let's go. So we got in the car and I drove. Thankfully, Andy let me drive his car because I get super car sick. And he really likes when I drive directly behind tractor trailers, tailgating.
Dylan has this thing where he likes to follow semis, pretty close. Like, you're supposed to go 1,000, 2 1,000, 3.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that Final Destination shit happens.
It's more like 1,000. That's about it. And you can't see. It's like you're driving behind a wall. You can't see in front of you or either side or anything like that. And so at one point I offered you $1,000 just to pass this semi. But yeah, otherwise you're like a great driver. You really are, cool. Except for that part.
Cool. So we get there. Yeah. We get there and he walks us through his shop and it's a rad shop. It's awesome. He's got a lot of cool shit going on in there.
Just got a brand new
14 color.
Yeah.
Yeah. 14 color rock. He was super happy on, showed us through the shop. And then, we talk, hang out, shoot the shit for a while. And then Andy's like, you know what? We got like, 15 more minutes, 20 more minutes, whatever. And then we got to split because Aaron had asked us out to dinner at Monarch. And he's like, oh, you guys got to, what are you talking about? You guys got to stay. Like, my mom's going to be pissed if you guys leave. And we're like, what do you mean? He's like, you got to at least have a taco. My mom's got tacos or whatever. And we're like, okay, cool. So we talk, we're shooting the shit again. And then he walks us into the break room and his mom had prepared like home cooked, like a full spread of tacos, like beef, chicken, rice, beans, like the whole thing.
Diced onions and cilantro, like the whole
beautiful
thing.
Home cooked.
And I'm like, I'm hungry, but I know that I'm going to dinner. So I'm like, I'll just take one. And she looks at me.
Death stare.
Like, one? No.
She made enough food for like 10 people and it was just me and you and JoJo.
Yeah.
And Andy like disrespects so hard and says one taco. And they're not like home, like, at home I would have like a flour tortilla, like a big one and make a big ass taco.
It was two tortillas though.
Yeah, but that's how you make an authentic like corn tortilla shell, like the two together. So anyway, you have fantastic. One. I tell her, make me one of everything. She fills my plate with like 4 tacos, rice, beans, the whole thing. Sit there, eat it. And it was amazing. Super delicious. And then I had her make me the same thing again and put it in a to-go container. So here I had enough food for like 8 people. And Andy had half a taco.
I ate every last drop. No, I had rice and beans, or I had all that stuff too. But I cleaned my plate. And then
he talks to us about, he starts talking about micheladas. Right. And we're like nodding, like we know what he's talking about. And he's like, have you guys ever had one? We're like, we have no idea what you're saying.
So basically what this is, the thing is they make these next doors. So he's in an industrial park and the building, his neighbor manufactures these things, these styrofoam cups filled with, and what you do is you open this top. There's a packet in there. Basically what it is like if you're making tacos at home and you have the taco seasoning, if you were to pour a beer in here and pour the taco seasoning in there, it's kind of like that. And so,
yeah, but the rim of the cup has like seasoning.
Oh yeah. You can see it right here. So that right there, the rim on that also is spicy, salty taco seasoning. And so, we had a Modelo. He gave us a beer. I poured it in there and I had it. I drank it. I did.
But the best part is that when you opened it, there was like a fucking rabbit turd in the bottom.
Oh yeah. There's a little ball of something. And I thought it was like, we thought it was maybe a mistake, but it's real. It's
best part would have been if you like thought it was part of the drink, filled the cup, drank it, and you're like, oh, that spicy little ball in the bottom though, that's the real kicker. And he's like, what ball?
Yeah. What do you mean? No, it was, I can't remember what he said it was, but it was, I don't know, it was an important part of the whole thing. And so I had one officially. I've had Michelada. So I always thought his name was Jamie, but I think it's Jaime. No? How do you say it?
I'm the worst with that.
Well, that's why you say he really took care of us. He gave us a shop tour. He fed us and he gave us beverages.
And then we saw him the next night too.
We saw him at the happy hour. Yeah. Our shirt show happy hour. Yeah. So, should we talk about that?
Friday on, we should talk about with the ladies because they were there. Are you just going to stare into the distance?
Yeah, before, I don't know, but before they came on, I just wanted to thank everybody who came out to our happy hour because
Hell yeah.
It meant a whole lot. I mean, it means a lot that you listen to us, our dumbasses every week, talk about, shops and industry stuff and all that kind of stuff.
Well, the funny part is that we wanted to do it and we wanted to spend, some of the sponsor money and kind of like take care of you guys and like buy you guys beers. And we kind of went back and forth on what we should do. And we originally had this one place picked out called the Blind Donkey, which we ended up going to. And that place was fun.
We did, I think twice.
But anyway, we didn't do it at that place because it was like in a basement and we didn't want to be like super spreader event kind of thing. So we ended up picking the Congregation, which had this sweet like outdoor patio. And then what we didn't know is they had like the whole friggin' sidewalk street thing too.
They did. And also the way it was set up, it was like they opened up all of their doors and stuff. And so even the inside was outside basically because it was so open because we filled up all the outside area and inside. What
was funny is like when we first called them, you reserved it for what, like 35 people?
Yep.
You're like, hey, can we do these 35 people? Because we didn't know. I mean, we didn't know how many people would actually show up to this thing. We were totally expecting to be like 6 people show up.
Yep.
And then, we put it out, the feelers out there. And then we heard at the show that like everybody wanted to come. And pretty much when we got there and got it going, we filled the place. Inside was full. Outside was full. Street was full. We had a fuckload of people there.
Well, I'll tell you what, cheers to that. Cheers to everybody who came out. This industry, it means so much to us. And thanks for letting us share it every week, really. So yeah, here, cheers. Do you have anything there to drink? Boop.
Boop.
Cheers.
But seriously, it was awesome. And it was very warmed our hearts.
Okay, real quick, before we go and bring everybody else on. The Ink Kitchen. They invited us to speak, and I have this that I'm pretty fucking proud of. You ready? You see that?
Speaker.
Andy Rudman, Shirt Kong.
Speaker.
Keeping that the rest of my life.
Okay.
Framing it.
Mine's in my hotel room. Garbage.
You fucking piece of shit. I also have another. I had 2 badges. How many badges did you have, Dylan?
I had two.
No, you didn't. Yes,
I did. Yes, I did.
Bullshit.
I'm fucking with you the whole time.
You had one badge. What were your 2 badges?
I had my regular badge and then I had the speaker badge.
Oh,
same as you. We were together.
Sure you did. Okay, cool. Hold on. Yeah, you did.
So anyway, Ink Kitchen.
No, wait, hold on. I have my other badge. It's kind of a good badge too. Andy Rudman, Easy Way Systems.
Yeah.
What's that say? Exhibitor.
Yeah, because Andy's a cheap ass and didn't want to fucking pay.
No. It's because I actually helped Alex bullshit. You can ask him 1 customer. No, 2 actually customers. It was 1 customer, but 2 people.
This lie, you're digging so hard. Just keep digging.
I talked to him about how awesome Easy Way is. Yeah.
The other funny part about that is Alex told us that like 1 million people came up to him and said it's the easiest way.
Mm-hmm.
So
1 million.
1 million attendees.
But yeah, the Ink Kitchen, they invited us to speak, and I'm gonna have to be honest here. I was a little nervous. We got up on stage, and then I introduced myself and my shop and how we got started, and then you said, "Hey, I'm Dylan, Upstate Merch."
Dude,
that's all you said.
Rick said, "Tell us your name and like where you're from." And you were like, "Hi, my name is Andrew." And then you said like your whole full long name. And you were like, "I was born at this time in this city at this hospital." And then you told us about your youth and your parents. and you talked about like your family lineage, and then you
pretty interesting.
Right, and then you went into like your entire shopping career, and then you like how you slept last night, and then you finally finished, and then he asked me, and I said,
that was it.
Right, I said, hey, this is my name's Dylan Gilligan. I own Upstate Merch, and yeah, that was it.
Well, I told after we got through all that, we kind of talked about the industry, kind of where it's at. We did some Q&A, and if you want to see it, I think you go to Ink Kitchen, and they're going to load up those. They recorded it all, online. So they're going to they're going to put it online. So if you want to see our amazing speaking event, you can go listen, go watch. I mean, or both. I think you have to do both. So here we go. Dylan, our guests today, does this mic pick that up? I don't know how, if it got it, but yeah, our guests today are the founders of the Print Girl Mafia. They are some badass women from shops all over the country. And I got to tell you, when I saw their jackets, I wanted in on that swag.
Amazing.
Like,
I know.
They're so amazing. I said, okay, I've got to be in your mafia. And they said, no. They said it couldn't be.
They said you were closer to entry, like barrier of entry, than I was.
You mean I have a better chance of getting in?
Right.
Well,
you're a lot closer on the spectrum.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll tell you my secret, and maybe you can get
okay, cool.
a little closer. All right. So I think that I don't know how many people are here, but whoever's here is here, right? So without further ado, let's bring them in. Let's see if this works.
We got to make sure they're all here.
And they'll come in when they come in, and they can leave when they want to leave. It's the fucking Print Girl Mafia. They do what they want.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay. This is going to be, just to preface, this is going to be a fucking shit show.
This is just a warning. You may want to stop the episode here and just go on with your day.
I mean, hear their story here now for sure, but it's going to be spending a week with these ladies.
I guess the right way to put it is just listen at your own risk.
They're going to, we love them all very much.
So how do we?
Do you know how to work this thing that we've been doing for almost 2 years now?
Dylan, admit all. That's that. We'll try that.
Oh God, I'm nervous. Oh, there's so many. You're wearing the same shirt I left you in.
Yeah, I only brought one t-shirt and then a couple of like tank tops, but I needed a t-shirt today.
Chrissy's got a good shirt on.
Talk about shirts. Whoa, here's mine.
Oh, I don't have one.
Oh, let's talk about my shirt. All you and their beautiful backgrounds.
Oh, yeah. Mine's plain.
Oh, JoJo's is pretty good.
This is our old showroom.
That is a good background.
The showroom floor?
No, this is pallets on a wall, and I used to have metal piping hanging.
Should I let blonde Christina in or no? Show of hand. Yes or no?
Let her in.
We'll just leave her out.
So who in this group is officially back to work and who is still vacationing?
Work.
I have to answer that question.
Vacation. Look what's left over.
You already seen how that works.
How are you on my lap right now?
What a creepy screenshot.
I just opened Zoom. It was like the last thing I uploaded.
Dylan is behind Christina.
Peeking every corner like a creeper that I am.
That's so creepy. I
look tiny.
Back, so I look tiny.
You're like my little ventriloquism doll.
I just
like a devil on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
All right. Hey, I have a couple of I have a couple of dad jokes, and maybe you have some mom jokes for us. I don't know. We'll see. But here we go. Scott from King Screen sent me something.
You're going to use Scott's.
Did you see it?
Yeah, he sent it to me.
Here we go. Have you guys been to the new hangout spot for screen printers called Hothead? It's a smoothie bar.
Nice.
None of them care.
And I have one for you ladies. So, hey, if he can't appreciate your fruit jokes, you need to let that mango.
I like that one.
All right, that's all I got.
Okay. Why did the snowman drop his pants? He heard the snowblower was coming. Crickets.
What does that mean? Can you explain it to us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not in this group. I'll get stabbed.
Well, we wanted to have you guys on because you were a big deal at the show this year, and not a lot of people know what the Print Girl Mafia is. So, can you explain it to us? Who wants to take that?
I'm thinking Nikki, right?
Yeah. Christina started it. Christina started it.
I did start it. So, started in the industry like 3 years ago, and about 3 months ago, I realized that we didn't have a community of girls, and I was tired of listening to boys talk about stuff in the industry. So when we went to Print Hustlers, we met all of you, almost all of you, and realized that you're pretty cool. And then I found myself reaching out separately to each one for different things. And we don't have a lot of time to waste. So I figured we would just make like one big group. And it's nice because all of them are rad, and all of them, like, we would be like, oh, we need stickers. And Nikki and Alexa both like, got it. We're like, what about Amy faces? And Alexa was like, I got it. We're like, what about jackets? Nikki got it. Like everybody has like something amazing to contribute. And I mean, it was a really good time in California, like brought it together. So now we're like, what's next?
Yeah. And then I think I made the Instagram like 2 days before. I don't know. I was just at home and I was bored, and I realized the same thing that Christina did, that there's not anything that's female driven. All you boys have your little clubs and your little like Instagram accounts. So we decided the girls needed one, and we needed a good, positive, uplifting one.
It's good though, too. It's good that you guys are kind of, showing that there are a lot of badass female printers out there. And you guys took over, basically.
Okay, so I'm finally going to talk. I don't know why I couldn't get my headphones to connect. So then I had to find these old headphones and use them. Hey, guys.
Hey, Alexa.
Hey. So I think one of the things is I've noticed when I would post in like a Facebook group and ask a question, people would be less likely to answer. And so like when Tyler would post, a bunch of people would hop on and answer. And I'm like, what the heck? So I think like being able to have like even just our like core group of girls, like we're able to like ask each other questions, but then like 5 minutes later, we're goofing off about something else, but like we're also able to get that answer very quickly. And sometimes like that matters. And so like when we would comment or post in like another group or try and search something in another group, I feel like I'm less likely to post because I'm just about know that I'm not going to either get the right answer. I'm not going to get it as fast as I would love it. So like being able to have like a core group of girls that are like, hey, like no shame. This is like screen printing 101 or embroidery 101. Like you can ask the question and you're going to get an answer, and it's not going to be like the people that are like trolling in the group. And, but it's definitely awesome to have a group of girls that are willing and able to help you with whatever you need.
Have you guys felt that though? Like, I guess coming into this industry and stuff, like since the beginning, that you had a harder time getting answers that you wanted, or did you feel like you were kind of just making your own way?
Yeah, I actually had 4 female print shop owners walk up to me randomly throughout the weekend and tell me these little stories about how appreciative they are that we started this group, because they are all in areas that are very male dominated. And when they've tried to reach out for support from people that are more knowledgeable than them, they've gotten nothing in return. So they're excited because they feel like they're going to be able to connect with some people that might help them out as far as like opening brand new shops or even growing into new equipment or what routes they should be taking, with very honest opinions versus a lot of pushback.
We talked
think it
about this a
also-
few times. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Chrissy.
I think it also can be
That's awesome.
intimidating, right? Like, I feel like not only being a woman in the industry, but also feeling like you're walking into something that maybe somebody, you feel like the industry has been around forever and ever. So I feel like maybe just because of you guys, the shirt show in general, I think opened my mind up to the fact that there are still people out there that are learning. And just because I don't know anything, or I don't feel like I know everything doesn't mean that I don't have something to contribute to somebody else. So we're like all on various stages of knowledge too. And I think it's nice to be able to have just somebody that you don't feel intimidated to ask. We, the other day, for example, we were in our chat and I had an issue with a shirt. I was going to put it on and for some reason the front left chest was coming off crooked. And I'm like, I don't understand. I feel like these are all sewn incorrectly. So then we're like cutting in a little bit with like, I had a problem with this. And this one was definitely, 100% cotton when it was supposed to be a blend. And so like, then we know that there's issues across the industry and it kind of helps us too, make sure that we're paying close attention when we are, and that we share that kind of stuff. Cause it's not just us that's having the problem. It's clearly it's an industry problem,
Mm. What do you guys want to do with this? I mean, I know it kind of is just growing and you're winging it as you go, but do you have plans to make it a like full on club that all women can join that are printers? What do they need to qualify? I know we talked
what's
about it
the
a little bit when we were
initiation?
there. Like how much
can't
is the
tell you.
entry fee?
It's a secret. We'd have to
Can't
kill
tell
you.
you.
Close, closely guarded.
I feel
Do
like
they
some
have-
people were kind of
have to shank
initiated at
in
the
order to get
show.
in this club.
You definitely have to know how to party.
Yeah.
Hold your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can only keep that up once a year.
Me too.
You have to
So
share.
we have
No.
Dylan and I are part of we have a group text chat called the Mild Boys.
Why?
And I know that
When did you start that?
I think it was
After
like 4 or 5 years ago. But the
Nope. Tell the truth.
we were
You heard about
inspired.
DGM and you started Mild Boys Text.
We were inspired. You're very inspirational, your group. I mean,
They have
I gotta say,
stickers.
but
Take it off.
my question is that it seems like in our Mild Boys group chat, it's 90% shit talk and then 10% screen printing stuff. I'm just curious, like with the Print Girl Mafia group chat, what's the percentage of print shop talk?
I feel like it's the same, like 10.
Yeah.
Probably the same.
Depends on the day.
All right.
Some days more.
Can you share with us what
Yeah.
else you talk about?
No.
Oh, you got to be in the group.
How to take
Get
over the world.
talking.
Yeah. We send a lot of
No.
TikToks.
Okay.
Lots of memes.
But
Most of
nobody.
it is uplifting, though. I'll say there's a lot of like, different memes about women and business or whatever. You're a badass. It's weird. It's definitely more uplifting. Than I
Well, that's
think.
just it. That's just it, because running a shop is way more than, hey, what emulsion are you using, or why is this shirt on crooked, like you said earlier. It's the day's tough, and sometimes you need some support. And if you're out there alone in the fight in the trenches, it's really cool to all of a sudden just jump on a chat. And,
So Christina
talk
sent
to your
me
friends.
a calendar about being a badass, and every single day it has like an inspirational quote. So instead of me just sitting here enjoying my calendar with nobody else, I send it out every single day to the group chat. So that's one little fun thing that we do.
Yeah, I think it's just we chat a lot about a lot of BS, but I mean, we lift each other up too. And sometimes we share our super crappy days and we just kind of definitely support each other where, maybe my husband might get tired of listening to it, but these ladies like get it totally. And so I can kind of unload on them and we're just kind of there for each other. And no disrespect to the guy groups and all that stuff too, but it's just like, damn, it's time for us to have a group for the ladies. And I hope we take it, farther, but we'll see. It's just started. And like you said, we're kind of just starting this and winging it. So, but hopefully like the Instagram page becomes a good following and a place for all women in the print industry, to join in, and not just screen printers. I'm not a screen printer. I own a screen print shop. So it's decorators, I guess, or print shop owners or people who work in the industry, they're all a part of, should be a part of the group.
As much as I hate Facebook, I feel like you would have a really large Facebook group if you guys started one.
I know.
That one's up next to add in. I think it would be cool. She says, no, don't do it. I think it would be cool if we had that following on platforms. And if people, instead of trying to join in on our specific group chat, find your own group of people that you really connect with and create that group chat just for that. That way
you're not getting on ours.
Yeah. But that way, it's your people, and you have a safe place to discuss whatever you want to.
And also, I don't know how many people are in Mild Boys, but I'll look away from my phone and I'll have 50 text messages. So I think that there just needs to be a certain level where it's okay, it doesn't need to be 350 text messages.
Well, we were talking about that too with our group, that we need to ban the thumbs up and the heart, because someone posts something and then it's 50 texts, but it's all just thumbs ups and likes.
That's probably what 50% of our group chat is.
Do you guys have any Android users in yours? Because I think that we've banned Android users.
Yeah, bless. Val from Night Owls tried to join. And we went to add her, and she put a droid. We're like, oh, I'm so sorry, we can't add you. We literally can't.
Why can't you add them?
Because if it can only be iMessage.
No, you can do group chats with other ones. Yeah, but
we would have to start a whole new one.
No, if you do that little heart thing, it sends that as a text message. So you would just get a text message that said Christina liked an image, and then you would have no idea what image it was. It would just be another message in the queue. Yeah.
Maybe
I think you need to do what we said though, and just ban that from the group, and it just has to be text message after text message.
I have an extra iPhone. Maybe I'll send it to her.
Andy's raising his hand.
I have an idea, which we haven't done. Can everybody introduce themselves and what shop they are from and where they're from? And I don't know how this is going to work because
we're in the circle of trust.
I don't know if my grid works the same as your grid, but so you can start at the top. For everybody, is Trinity at the top next to me?
No.
Let's just say the person's name and let them introduce.
Okay, we can do that.
Trinity, so you go first.
Hi, I'm Trinity. I'm from Artwork Screen Printing in Belleville, Illinois, right outside St. Louis.
And then we have Christina with the K.
I'm Christina Gibbons with Varsity Sports Shop down in Fort Pierce, Florida.
Let's also say what you do there.
Oh, okay. Do we want to back up? Go ahead, Trinity.
I do shipping, receiving, and just about every other spot that someone needs to be doing during the day. Wherever there's a hole, I'm fixing it.
But you guys do screen printing and embroidery there.
I was hoping she said fill it, and then I could have said that's what she said, but
we're not dumb.
Nikki?
I am Nikki Bowen with Machine Gun Graphics in North Carolina. We are screen printing and embroidery.
And you do just about everything as well, right?
I have over time, but as we're growing, my role is really starting to become a little more focused on daily operations and customer service.
Deanna?
I'm Deanna Smith. I'm with In the Zone Inc. I co-own the business with my husband, Josh. And I do mostly admin, HR, payroll, setting up software, processing, that kind of stuff.
Yelling at boys?
And I oversee the embroidery. What's that?
You yell at boys too.
Yeah, I yell at them. No, they love me.
Allison?
I'm Allison Collins. I manage production at Parkway Print Shop in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Joanne?
I'm Joanne Rudman. I'm also an artist. I sign all my artwork cool. It's my maiden name. I work at Shirt Kong with Andy every day and share an office. I do all of the blank apparel ordering, invoicing, QuickBooks, all that kind of stuff. I also just help make sure everything's filtering through the shop correctly, and also clearing out Monday and stuff when jobs are done. Just make sure things run smooth.
And also
I know Andy doesn't do jack shit there, so yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, can everyone just appreciate what happened to Allison just now?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Did anyone else see that?
That may have been scripted.
What happened?
I missed it.
He was just carrying a bunch of,
you'll see
I don't
it
know if
later.
it's bags or boxes, and he literally just like
Oh, they fell down.
right behind her.
We just get the replay on that so everyone who missed it can see it during this edit.
We'll zoom in on that. Yeah.
Chad, keep that in there because I missed it.
Yeah.
Okay. Christina?
He's
someone
picking
at
up
my
now.
front door. I had a watch. It's probably
Poor
tired.
guy.
I don't think he has a key
Walk
right
of
now.
shame.
Now we're watching him pick up. He's like, damn it. All right, Christina's turn.
I'm Christina. I work at Varsity, not Sport Shop. The second HBIC.
Wait.
Where are you going?
Gotta get rid of the sports shop part.
No Sport Shop. Oh wait, I do have this Varsity Sweatshop.
It's more accurate. More accurate.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
And you do just about everything there as well.
literally. Yeah, I'll learn anything and fill in where needed.
All right, cool.
It is cool.
What is happening?
Bye. I think it's cool.
Did you just do a press approval or something?
Alexa didn't want to introduce herself. She's that kid in school.
We'll,
Who's too
we'll
nervous.
introduce.
knew it was her
We'll do
turn.
it for her. She's Alexa. She works at In-House Print
She babysits Tyler all day.
all day.
She's super tiny and cute.
We should
Can I
all
have
just
that?
like walk away at the same time real fast.
When she comes back, we're all
we're
gone.
like all gone.
Someone's got to introduce Amy.
Where is she?
Who has the Amy head?
Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm
who
gonna
has
call
an
her.
Amy head?
Hold on. Give me a second.
FaceTime her in.
She's been
I'm gonna call that
putting
girl.
together her new shop, so
That's
hopefully
no
it's
excuse.
okay.
She's probably sleeping.
Rename her shop.
You're on speakerphone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
She sent you a voicemail?
Probably will.
Is it ooh, Dylan?
She doesn't answer.
Yeah, she sees my face and she's like, fuck that. I ain't picking that up.
And then when she doesn't answer, I'll call and see if she answers.
We'll all
Probably
take
will.
turns.
That'd be awesome.
She's not going to pick up either.
Who's she going to answer for first?
Me.
Well, it's also what? 9 o'clock there?
You've reached Amy at Threadbare Print House.
No, we haven't.
At the tone, please record your message.
She did rename her business. It's actually Thread Babe. I don't know why she hasn't changed that yet.
Yeah.
That's just one letter. Yeah, that'd be pretty easy, right?
Like barely. You can just finish that letter.
Yeah, you could just do a little circle.
Are you tempting?
Yeah. All right.
You've
Who's
reached
next?
Amy at Threadbare
Oh,
Print House.
no luck. Well, she's just too busy working for us, I guess. Well, we need to wait for Alexa to come back. So Chad's going to have to edit this whole section out. So if you guys want to say a bunch of horrible, crude words, now's the time.
Yes.
Fuck.
Are we trying to outdo Danny's episode?
Say
Fuck.
fuck back and forth.
The fucking Print Girl Mafia.
That's right.
Before you
Okay.
came on, we were sort of talking about just highlights for us of the show. Does anybody want to share anything, or do you guys have any highlights you want to talk about? Sort of a recap of the show.
I like how many people came up to us trying to convince us to get someone in the PGM. Like, so I probably was approached 6 times easily of people being like, hey, this one girl at our shop, or you should reach out to so-and-so. And how many dudes were like, so what do I have to do to get in PGM?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
They want a jacket. It's a
I
jacket.
can say the jackets are for us only. There might be something
Can
for
we see
other
the
people
jacket?
at some point, but the
Supporter
jackets
merch.
belong to us.
I mean, we have to show the jackets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, who
Who has theirs?
Hey, sorry.
Amy
How's
just
my-
texted me. If you guys want to hear what she said.
All right.
Jesus Christ. Sorry, snow is falling. Ice is falling off my building and just made me poop my pants. She
Don't
said,
blame the snow.
yeah, I'm sorry. I just make a mess every once in a while. She said, we're so fucked we can't find the wire that holds the dryer belt together. Fucking shit show. I give up. I'm going to apply it at a restaurant.
She can work in any of our shops.
Moving sucks. Moving sucks.
Anyone else favorites of the show? We're here to talk about the show. So
my favorite was that the show happened. I was so grateful for the show and all the vendors that made it there. There was a lot of empty booths, but it didn't matter. I was still just so happy to be there. The Women in Screen Printing Awards were there. So we got to catch a little bit of that action. But yeah, a little bit smaller this year, but it was good.
Yeah, but that's something that we were talking about too, is that honestly, if there wasn't this whole like super scare about COVID for this event, like I feel like it's the same as going anywhere now. Like you wear a mask, you prove that you're vaccinated. Like there's no reason why this show couldn't have been its normal show. Like there were a lot of attendees. It's not like it was a ghost town of attendees.
No,
I just feel like it was more a ghost town of vendors than it was anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And not so much a ghost town. I mean, there was more vendors than I expected, you know.
It was compacted, but I'm just saying that like if everyone would have came and just said fuck it and we had it, like it would have been good. And I was saying too, like I think this Long Beach trip was probably one of my favorites of all the trips. But that was because of all of you guys though. Like all the people that we hung out with, all the things that we did outside of the show and at the show is what makes the show. It's not nobody gives a shit. I mean, yeah, we care about the show, but like realistically, it's just that one time a year and it's warm place where we can all get together and shoot the shit and have a fun time. So to me, that was most of the highlight, is just like being able to have so many good hangouts.
I agree. And you get to meet some people that, you know, that you might not otherwise have gotten to meet. Like we just bought a CTS and we had not met the guy who sold it to us, but he was there. And so like, it was nice just to be able to, shake some hands, make some relationships.
Same thing happened for me. I sold my manual, the Sidewinder, to a shop, Coastal Rain in Vancouver. And Bose, that guy, he was there, and so we like got to meet face to face, and just like you said, it's pretty cool. And also, if you've got something for sale or you have a question about, something at your shop, and I think that's what is so great about these shows, whether it's Print Hustlers or, Long Beach or something like this, is yes, it's true. We want to go walk the floor and see some rad equipment. I mean, I went there personally because I'm trying to change up what we're doing for retagging. And I was interested in this pad printer. I wanted to see it in person. And yeah, I mean, so when we sell our manual, we're not going to be able to print transfers. And so we need a different option. And I think we're going the pad printing route. And I wanted to see it in person. And so that's the only thing I really wanted to see. But at the same time, it's cool to walk by. I saw an embroidery machine with just a thread that comes down, and then it puts any color you want it to put it.
Dyes it.
It dyes it as it stitches it. So, I mean, it's really neat to see that sort of stuff, but it's just as important, or maybe more, to make connections, because, when you get stuck, or if you are trying to figure out where you want to take your business, and you get to have a conversation, with somebody over maybe some good or bad experiences that they've had. I think there's nothing like it, really.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think forging the bonds and the relationships tighter. And even though we may chat with each other, like there were still times that maybe I've only seen a face, but not really been able to spend actual time with each other. I feel like that, and not just with our group, but outside of it, right? Even with you guys and with, Alex and all of those guys, it was nice to be able to have some extra time with them in person. I will say, I think Liquid was definitely a highlight for me. That visiting that location was mind blowing, and definitely helped me think about even some things that they do there that I could totally implement here, right? Not having a press op, standing at the station all day, being able to kind of swap that position out so you don't burn somebody out. His little color cards, because he had his little his library there. And for you guys that are listening, I don't know what that is. Like, he's got a sample library out there of every shirt that they're printing that's still in production. So they literally go in there, pull the shirt out, hang it up right by the press so they can see what colors, they used last time. They can see what number they had that color on, and an actual imprint for location and all that. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
I don't know if you caught this about that part of the process too, but they, they sample every shirt before it goes to production. And so literally every single press that runs a shirt, that shirt's already been printed. And so there's zero press failures. You know how like that's a big problem at our shop. We'll set up a job and then this screen will be wrong or whatever. That color will be wrong. That doesn't happen there because
they don't need to get another final approval. They can just set up the job and go because it's already been like checked off like 5 times before it even gets to press. So there's none of that delay of like set it up, grab the shirt, take it in the office, get it checked over, bring it back out, start printing again. They just set it up.
And I thought about like how expensive that would be because they have a dedicated press for sampling. It just samples one shirt. I was like, well, that's got to be expensive, right? I mean, that costs a lot of money. But how much does it cost when you have a job fail in press?
Downtime.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, and they have an
idea.
entire set dedicated to that sample process, right? He had like the 2 presses and a dryer dedicated to that.
Well, he did it on a manual, right?
Yeah, but he was switching.
He had
he said he was getting rid of.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he also have people that ran that sample library? Like, didn't it take several people?
Four people.
It was,
4 people.
yeah, it was huge.
Yes.
That's huge.
But nobody collects data and analyzes it like they do. So at some point, to your point, Andy, even if it costs a ton up front, it must pay itself off at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he's not going to do anything.
We've been super focused on like processes and automation over the last like 3-4 years. So it was really cool to go into there with everything that we've done here and see like, oh, there are so many other things that they're doing that we could like really add into our shop as far as those processes go. So
yeah, and like Nikki and Chrissy's point is that we kind of talk about it amongst ourselves, but it's like Liquid is a massive shop. Like they do tons and tons of stuff, tons of employees. You know, that's what their focus is. But I personally don't want to be there. You know, I don't want to have like this massive, huge operation. I just want to have what I have. But like you guys were saying, is that you can still go into that place and take nuggets of information of like how to have a better flow in your own shop. You don't need to have 900 employees to implement those things. You just want to tighten things in your own, you know, your own space.
It was only 300, Dylan. Gosh.
350.
We were in there taking pictures of their taping table. Like that's where we're at.
Yeah. When they opened that spaceship laser machine, I was like, oh God.
That made me feel happy.
we want that here.
I expected the person that runs it to like get out of it. It was like spaceship door going up.
He's like in Men in Black there where he opens the face and there's a little alien sitting inside.
Can you guys imagine and like appreciate how hard it would be to maintain culture there and just run that HR situation there? You know, like I know what it was like going from 10 to 20 to 30 and like, it's exponentially harder. Can you imagine 300 just trying to run that shop? It must be
well, and we're in the Midwest, and here I noticed a lot of stuff was in Spanish. Can you imagine trying to run a bilingual shop?
Oh God.
I think but Josh has the best idea though. It's like he finds the cancer and he rips it right out. He doesn't let it affect his business. You know, if they could be his best employee ever and he's just like causing drama, gotta go.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Josh is a super smart guy because it's funny that he isn't trying to micromanage that shop either. Like he just gets the best person for that position, pays them super, super well, does exactly what they need to feel happy in that space. And then each group is, you know, taking care of everything. He isn't the guy that's in there printing. He's on another level doing his own thing. He just gets the right people in the right positions. And like he said, like he's had people there that are his close, almost best friends, and he's had to let them go just because they were a cancer in a certain spot, and he had to like get them out of there. So, you know,
he's a big picture guy. It's not like you're saying, he's not like in the day-to-day all over. Like he can see investing here will pay off here. I felt like he was a lot more global perspective than.
You know, one of my favorite parts of his shop was that he has a full-time mechanic, like just always there, always working on stuff.
My dad. It's Tom Gilligan. He flies out on weekends.
Me.
That would just be amazing to have just a full-time, you know, mechanic that's just maintaining things and also building, you know, like cool shit. like on one of his presses, he had, we use fans. And so we put a fan after a flash sometimes. We lost somebody. No?
Yeah, weird.
Joanne.
Jojo.
Yeah.
We lost someone. Andy's
She's
like,
sick
who
of your
did we
shit, Andy.
lose?
Let's see Al in the
Who did we
desert. Where'd
lose?
she go?
But we, and so we put fans after a flash a lot of times, but they had engineered this just piece of copper attached to an airline that shoots air, right at their, more efficiently and more directed right at the shirt to cool it down. It was just really cool to have somebody like that all the time, working on stuff. So.
Well, he said he came from like the Prevo buses, right? So I imagine the hydraulics and stuff involved with those RVs probably
Hey,
gave him
she's
so
back.
many ideas. Hi.
Well, it's like we were talking about how the sample room has 4 people, like he's making sure that there's dedicated people to dedicated processes in that shop to keep it running so smoothly because they have such hard deadlines and they have so much big projects going on that they need those people to be able to take care of things. And having that maintenance person is key because they can't afford to have anything down. That guy is constantly just working on everything to keep that shop running. Does anybody else have any highlights of the show?
We took a lot
Liquid
of shots
wasn't
with
really
a lot
part
of
of
people.
the show, but
Part of our show experience. We took a lot of shots.
Got to dance really close to Coolio.
Oh man.
For like 10 whole minutes.
That was good. That was a fun time. The concert.
Highlights. Yeah, we took shots at a couple of the booths.
ended up doing the shots at the Easy Way booth.
No.
No, yeah, we were the
Rock.
graphic source booth. I
Graphic
think.
source.
Yeah.
We do that rock and graphic source.
And rock. Yep.
And Monarch.
Oh, I missed that one.
Did Monarch
That was
come?
just you.
We took it with Aaron. It was just me. I took shots at all the booths, every booth.
Just walking around with a bottle.
We were.
There was good speakers at the Ink Kitchen.
Oh, we took shots there.
Shop talk booth.
Andy's going to change for us.
You got a t-shirt?
I did. You mentioned Monarch, and I forgot that Dylan printed these amazing shirts
What?
that they gave
We didn't
out.
get one?
Oh, dang.
Yeah, what the heck?
So can you see it?
They were for free at the booth.
Hey, can you put all those screens back up and just print one for us?
Yeah.
Real quick. There's actually
Yeah.
400 of them sitting out in the shop right now.
Sure.
You know my
Screen.
address.
I'll ask Aaron. I'll be like, hey man, I got all this. I'll ship them out, but
We'll post them on our Instagram stories.
all right, that's the deal then. I'm sure he'll love that.
So listen,
yeah,
when you guys
Aaron,
were talking about
Aaron
earlier.
took us all out to dinner. That was a highlight.
Super nice.
That was awesome.
We got to have wine,
We rearranged
and
the
I
whole
had a
seating
glass
area.
of wine. Yeah, the best part of that was that like nobody was there except us, and we were in this weird alley. And they kind of were being nice and saying we could stay as long as we wanted, but the dishwasher kept like popping his head out to look at us and see if we were still there. He was so pissed because he probably just wanted to go home, and we were just goofing off.
Did anybody drink their own bottle? Like, did anybody drink one full bottle by themselves? Allison and I split a bottle.
We were fucked up.
Nah.
That might have been the shots earlier in the day.
Oh God.
Probably did.
I had a quarter glass, and it took me till the end to even finish it.
That was a really good cab though that we had. It's like Alexander something. I don't remember.
They had that sweet.
Alexander Mimosa.
What else did we do? We had
a good Greek family style dinner with Easy Way.
Yeah.
That was nice.
And steak night the
chicken
next
and
night.
rice.
Flame and cheese or something.
breakfast.
So Matt and Alex go Lady and the Tramp.
Yes, we did. I have the video of that. I promised Alex I would play the clip on the show.
I was going to say, can you edit that in?
He really isn't going to like it, but we have to.
It just looks like a hot dog skin. That's all I could think about. It looks like someone skinned hot dogs.
Being right
Makes it
next
even
to
better.
it was really,
I like that
really
I got like 4 of
arousing.
you.
Mhm. But that was good though. Again, like it didn't really matter for the restaurant. We were all just there having a fun time hanging out. So
We did a nice steak dinner on Saturday night.
the steak was amazing. The steak dinner was really good. The thing about the steak dinner too is that we got reservation for like 9:30, but we were headed there at like 7:30. And then we ended up going to that one bar. I don't remember what it was, but it was just nice to like 3 days straight of like talking nonstop, to just sit outside on the porch at a table with a couple people and just like shut the fuck up, like relax, have a drink and sit down. And it was nice. And then we ended up going over and having this wonderful dinner at the steak restaurant. It was really, really good food.
That was so good. It was so good.
Mm-hmm. And then back to the ski bar ball. Ski ball.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The blind donkey.
Yeah. So
and the weird dancing.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of story with that too. Yeah. There's a lot of weird dancing going on in there.
Oh my God.
I know you're not talking about me and Deanna.
It was so funny. I couldn't stop laughing. How could you not want to dance up there to like some funk music that you don't know them? You can't listen to. You can't. There's no words. The guy was up there playing a
old vinyls.
Yeah,
Really
so I'm like,
it was like the 70s.
Yeah.
And Joanne actually kicked my ass in skee ball.
Nice.
She got the high score.
I mean, I think the best skee baller is Trinity.
I was
for sure.
She's the reason that they have
like 3 times.
Yeah, but you were fucking throwing the ball like full baseball force. You weren't like I don't even think it hit the like ramp. I feel like you just fucking throw it in.
It hits it like the launch spot and it slams right into the top corner.
She's the reason they added the mesh around.
I know.
She would do it and it would launch, hit the top, and then ricochet into the hole. It was
you got
the best.
some cornhole skills with Michael, Trinity? Is that why?
I throw overhand in cornhole.
Obviously.
It's my secret talent. I'm really good at
it. Like shooting threes.
Mm-hmm.
So when we did the shirt show meetup, Steven came with his whole crew from Campus Inc. And they started walking in. I was like, hey, Steven, are you here with all your interns? And I was like straight up like thinking they were his interns because Steven has a shitload of interns. So apparently nobody said anything to me. Steven just gave me a smirk and like laughed about it. And then like they all walked in. And then the next day at Coolio, Steven was like, hey, I just want to let you know, like you pissed off a bunch of my staff because those are my actual staff and my interns. And I thought that was hilarious. And then at Coolio, him and his staff were walking out again. And as they were all looking at me as they went by, I said, bye, interns. And then they got even more pissed off. And then when we ended up at Blind Donkey that second night there to play skee ball, they were all there. And his head of marketing girl came up to me and gave me a piece of her mind about how she is not an intern and she busted her ass to get to where she was. And
we have video of this.
Yeah, and there's video of it because fucking Steven was across the bar taking a video like an asshole.
On Steven's Instagram.
I wish we had audio
Yeah,
for it. I just want to know what she was actually saying.
You can
She was very, very nice. She was very nice, but she was definitely like giving me the eyes. Like I know from like being yelled at by women before, but she was giving me the like, I earned this shit. I earned the shit. I was an intern. Now I'm the head of marketing and I do this and I do this and I do this. And I was like, hell yeah, that's awesome. And then we started talking about it and we were having a good time. And I said, I'll buy you a drink. And she ordered for us. I have no idea what she ordered, but it was fucking disgusting. Like, it was
she ordered
some
the
like
grossest one possible.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
punishment.
She did. Yeah, and it was like I don't know, it was like $25 or something for 2 drinks, but it was this like Red Bull and peach schnapps and like something else, but it wasn't like a shot either. It was like a whole glass. Ugh. And it was like I think it was like 4 shots worth of like putting it down.
Now you just got initiated, so
yeah.
Bomb.
Yeah.
That's cheaper than buying it at the show. My gosh, those drinks there were like $17.50 for vodka and sodas.
But I just want to take this platform to say I'm not sorry for what I said. You're a bunch of interns Suck it up.
We like you.
She sounds like she has real PGM spirit in her.
You guys should invite her.
Spicy.
She'll be there.
Spicy.
I'll be
Bouncer.
up next show.
Yep.
She'd be like, I feel like
Do we not want to talk about? Do we not want to talk about Club?
Oh, we could talk about Club. JoJo just lived for Club.
So we got in. There was a cover charge, but what? Juan got us in somehow without.
Yeah, Jess got us in.
Yeah,
Jess got us in without a cover.
From Squeegee Prints.
So we went upstairs into this club, and there was like nobody in there but us for the most part, maybe like 5 other people. And all I remember is Joanne like running to the dance floor. And then she was getting down hard on the dance floor.
I was all in it. That was going to be my life.
I may or may not have video of that.
I had gone back by then, and I get I get a picture, and they're like, "Are you sure you don't want to come back out?" And there's like 4 of y'all on the dance floor. Nobody else is in there. Just like, no, I'm good. But
One of those places where it's just
I would have gotten up and gone to the burlesque show. A little bummed I missed that episode.
You guys missed out on that one.
Oh, I was so tired.
Could not have the video.
You would have woke up.
Oh.
All I remember about Club was that it was just like super laser beam lights like coming down. And they like this one I was standing at the bar just swinging right into my eyes.
I mean, laser beam.
And then I was like, I'm out of here. I'm ready to go. We were there total maybe 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
I was so sad. I know. I were there longer because I drank 2 beers.
You just drank 2 beers really fast.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Very thirsty.
Well, before we go, there's 2 more things. Any questions for us? And then we'll do some takes.
I got to check and see if we had listener questions.
Well, listen, while you're doing that, back to when you guys were talking about, like when Deanna was talking about her husband tired of listening to her. I think it's the male perspective of the industry is different. Like our experience, Fort Worth was my first show in like September, and then Print Hustlers in October. And once at both of those, I talked to a guy who like thought I was someone's friend or girlfriend or wife or something at the show. And I was like, oh, at my shop. And he was like, oh, you're from a shop? He like couldn't believe that I was in the industry. And I was like, yeah, I run a shop. Like he was like mind blown. And I think that our experiences with customers or with vendors or with, like Alexa was saying, in Facebook groups, so different that I could talk to, I mean, my husband or you guys, and there's no way for you to understand what it's like versus me being like, this fucker came in the shop today and was looking for the owner. And then we get Chrissy and he's like, oh, it's 2 women. You know, like that's not something that the guys in the industry can relate to. It's nice to have a group that like can disrespect is a strong word for it, but sometimes it's a lack of understanding.
It's true though. And we've talked about this before, and it needs to stop where a woman, a woman walks up to a trade show booth with check in hand, ready to spend, $150,000 on a press or a dryer or whatever. And they just get blown off because the old school mentality doesn't think they're serious.
Well, the trick is to walk up with a mafia and no one's blowing shit off.
Well, that's what I'm saying now is that you guys, nobody wants to fuck with you. So I get it. Right.
So I'm gonna quickly go back. So hi, I'm Alexa from In-House Prints in Frenchtown. I co-own my business.
That was an hour ago.
I don't. Well,
we did it for you.
I had an employee come in and I locked the door and he doesn't have a key, and so I had to go get him upstairs and be like, stop talking, like there's people that can hear what you're saying on the video. But so Tyler and I technically started our business officially in 2016. And it was literally Tyler convinced me to quit my job. And he said, if you quit, I will give you like ownership of the business. And I was like, sweet, like I'm going to own a business. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten phone calls or emails and whatnot, and they just assume I'm not the business owner because I'm a female. I get like the spam calls of digitizers, whatever they may be. And they're like, oh, I spoke to the owner last week. And I was like, oh, do you remember their name? He goes, he blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, wrong shop. Because he does not own the business. Like I'm an owner. We co-own, but like, I'm essentially the face of the company at this point. So like when people walk in, I'm the one that is there. And so for Tyler and I, Tyler gets it. But when I need something like done over the phone, when they hear a masculine voice come into the conversation, they listen. When it's me, they don't. And so I think I actually told this story on Shirt Show the last time. I had a client come in, say that they wanted something. It was a less than minimum order. And I said, no, they went to Tyler. And he, of course, is a softie and said, yes. And I'm like, Tyler, I'm like, this is like what I'm talking about is people go over me when I'm the one that usually makes like the end all be all decision, and they go to him because he's the masculine one in the group and he's the one that makes decisions. So for us, like, obviously like I have a guy backing me, but for the Christinas, it's like, it's the girls. And I think that's even harder. Like all of us, I think everyone has a masculine, like shoulder guy that's able to like back them up. But like with the Christinas, like it's just them. So you have some guy walk into their shop and it's all girls. They're going to be like, yeah, I can get whatever I want here. Like, it's just very,
I don't know. I argue with that. I've seen them together.
Don't worry.
And then they open their mouths and start talking. They're like, never mind.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how
I'll
I
pay you
feel.
$1,000. I don't need anything.
Right.
They got
I feel this. I feel, you know, I got to bow down when they're together. They're terrifying.
I love nothing.
I'm not even
more.
laughing. It's true.
I find you guys empowering, so I'm just really happy to be part of the group. I really
our whole group is empowering, and I think we proved that this weekend.
I'm glad you guys started it. It's a good thing to have.
I really needed it in my life.
I'm going to attempt to ask these questions, and I want you guys to like not talk all over each other. So someone's got to pick to answer. Okay. Let's see. So Made Labs asked, I don't know if I guess there's a question. Going to be so good. How do you see DTF playing into the future along with DTG and Screen Printing?
I want to say DTF to a group of girls.
If anyone's going to
I
ask
think
you
the
this,
acronym is going to be what kills that.
No, no.
Real serious screen printing question.
I think DTF is going to kill DTG. And I think for shops like mine, where we're entertaining the idea of a 48-piece minimum right now, I think that DTF would be a great solution for those lower minimums so that we don't have to say no to people, especially when it's things that we don't necessarily want to turn down because it might be a smaller order for a bigger customer. But I think that I think DTF is a good way forward, but I think it'll take over DTG.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it definitely has a place and it's coming. Seeing the digital squeegee at the Rock booth. I mean, we've seen it before, but this time it was like, okay, it's full digital. There's no more screen printing element in it. And it's like, wow, this is really coming along. It's picking up speed and I could definitely see where it has a place.
Yeah, hybrid definitely has its own place for sure. I feel like I wouldn't necessarily categorize that and with just saying it's like a DTG print. It's not, it's the hybrid mix of both, but I feel like that's coming in strong and I feel like DTF is pretty strong as well. But I think the days of just going out and buying a DTG printer are numbered because DTF seems to be a little bit better on that front.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. This is a question, I guess, for me and Andy, but Rick says, why doesn't Monarch have greatfuckingink.com? So we'll have to make that happen. Flippin' Sweet asks, best drunken antics of the show. We kind of talked about it a little bit, but does anybody have a actual drunken moment that they want us to talk about?
What about picking up all the homeless people on accident?
Oh my God.
Yes.
That's definitely the worst.
God, we were walking on the way to
We had some
one of the
players.
dinners.
Show.
Oh, to the shirt show.
Yes.
And I was playing, like, we had jams playing on my phone, like those obnoxious people. And we were dancing in the corner and I was figuring out which direction we're going. And I thought that Jarilla was dancing next to me. And then he talked on this side and I was like, oh, what the hell? And it was like a homeless man. Like everyone was like dancing. and he was dancing, and then he just followed us to the
all the
happy
way
hour,
into
so that
the
was cool.
bar.
And then
Oh, all the way in. Yeah,
I had
like,
to
with
I had to
talking.
put my
Poor
body in
Steph.
the way of him multiple times for different people.
He kept picking up the empty water cups and holding them up like he was drinking with us. It was
Mhm.
Yeah. He
Well, the
came up
shitty
to
part
me
was is
there
he
and said,
was-
like a whole paragraph, and none of it was real words. Like he was like
He was behind
full-
somebody. I don't remember who it was, but they were coming in and I was like, hey, nice to meet you,
Yeah.
whatever. And then I said, mention shirt show at the bar and your drinks are on us, like they're free drinks or whatever. And I think I saw that dude's head like pop up. He was like, so I think he was just like, hell yeah, like free drinks all night.
Well, and
He
then
eventually
that
got
that girl.
bounced,
The bouncer
Yeah, I
pushed
did.
him out eventually. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like me and Trinity. It was so Seth and someone else. I don't know, one of the other gold coats.
yeah.
Death. It was death.
We cut in
And
front
I
of him.
literally was like, hi. And I'm like, I literally placed him where
Church
that
hug?
guy was. And I was literally like, please don't move. He's like, why? I'm like, just please don't move. I'm like, just stay here. And he like went all the way around him. Then I made friends with some Canadians. What's up, guys? And like literally he came into the bar. Like he went through the door, and then like the bouncer finally was like, hey, like you gotta go. He's like, clear the way, get out. And then he was super, super nice. So props to them for being like they like literally saw and they're like, okay, we gotta take care of this. And he was like, yeah, let me know if he comes back and I'll get rid of him. He's like, I'll call the cops. So like, but that's what girls deal with, because if it was a bunch of bros dancing on the corner of the street, I guarantee he wouldn't have followed them.
Well, I don't know,
That
because
dude-
on the way
that
to
dude was getting
breakfast,
down. Yeah.
remember, or on the way back from breakfast, that girl
Oh yeah.
with Mother Lucifer.
Yeah. We probably can't say, we can
Yeah,
say
what
it.
she
Fuck
was-
it. She kept saying she was behind us and she just looked normal, like totally normal. And she was saying what she came by us and she was just like,
Mother
asking-
Lucifer has no feelings except she feels horny. Is that a feeling?
she
and then
kept,
we
she
had a
kept
discussion.
asking us if we were horny. And like, but then she
She
kept
yelled
saying that,
sex,
like,
sex,
she kept
sex,
saying
and Chrissy.
Mother
Yeah.
Lucifer over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And the best
sexy
part was
rock.
we were like, oh, this is this like crazy deranged lady, like hurry up. And I was saying like, I am going to frog her the fuck out of this
But
and
the
like get
funniest
across
thing
the
was,
street to
even
You
better,
gotta
that
abandon the
lady
ladies.
showed up at the Coolio
showed up at the
concert.
Coolio.
Ian, yes.
Like 8 hours later, she like just
Yes.
walked right and got herself a drink.
So weird.
Yeah.
So crazy homeless people, if you live in the Long Beach area, anytime there's a convention, just go in, you can get drinks. Because
They
apparently
have
that's what they
buddy
do.
system all the way.
They're smart to be there. I mean, yeah. And I had to walk over there by myself. I was like, hopefully there's no weird.
Yeah. Mother Lucifer's getting her drink on.
We did have an intense conversation about whether being horny actually was a feeling because of her.
Right.
Yeah, is it?
Well, yeah,
Yes.
we decided
The
that horny is
consensus
the
was yes.
feeling, arousal is the physical part, horny is the feeling.
Next question.
Make sure you keep that in, Chad.
Yeah.
Any advice for other women trying to enter this male dominated industry?
Like that's
Who
a
wants to
loaded
be that?
question.
Nope.
Yeah.
No advice?
Shouldn't be afraid to enter.
Find us on Instagram.
Just go for it and don't feel like you have to prove yourself to anyone.
Yeah.
I feel like there's
Perfect
kind of a lot
answer.
of that, like
I have a question.
feeling like you need to be.
Off of that. Do you feel like it is male dominated and that there's a high barrier of entry? Or is it just because there aren't a lot of women that are drawn to screen printing? Or is it
That's
a combination
that's
of
a good
both?
question.
So part of it, I think, is because it's very labor intensive and it's dirty. So maybe partly why women aren't drawn to it is because of that. But I feel like as you get to know things, for our shop, for example, the reason why I think we've ended up with women is because we make it less scary. But if you walk into, first of all, a male dominated industry, and then you're going to be working with men the whole time, and then it's going to be hard and hot and sweaty and dirty. Like
That's
I
what
feel
she
like
said.
there are a lot of things that's right. It's like creamy. Yes, got her.
You see what I put up with all the time?
So I just think that being a female has nothing to do with the amount of work you're able to put in. So if the real question is, should we in general get into the screen printing industry? Like, hell yeah. Like, it's awesome. Like there's such a great group of people just in general. Like the only reason I started talking to Dylan and Andy was because we Facebook or Instagram messaged and then we became friends. And same thing with all these other girls. Like just because we're girls doesn't mean that, oh, like, should I get into it? Hell yeah. Like, there's nothing stopping you other than yourself. So there's no reason for you not to. I mean,
I can understand it would be harder though. Like you were saying, without the support, I can understand that it would be easier.
Support's right here, guys. We got you.
Yeah. Like, but I can understand like needing support on something, asking a question on Facebook, not getting any response, and then wanting to give up. And that's not what we do, but
I think that I second that what you said, Alexa, because Shirt Kong is probably 50-50. We're probably pretty even balance, guy girl. And there's a girl right now I think she's on the Cobra. She's press assisting on the Cobra today, and she's pregnant. She's like 3 months pregnant. And so, I mean, you definitely, in fact, I would say most of the this might get me into trouble. Fuck it. Most of the girls complain less at Shirt Kong.
Hell yeah.
You know, so I don't know.
As we put up with more.
Megan's a great printer too.
Yeah, no, advice would be just like, find other women that you can communicate with to help, keep you strong on your bad days, and, walk into those trade shows and those booths and everything with full confidence, and show them, who, like,
Chrissy's doing
what you're about. Like,
a print approval right now.
All right, Andy, you want to do some quick takes? Or do you guys have any questions for us?
Oh, yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, what do you think we should do in Print Girl Mafia?
Yeah, it's a good question.
What do we think?
What was it? I missed it.
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you think we should do?
What advice would you give to
Mafia?
us?
Apparently we're having a brownout here, so if I go out, I'm sorry. Or you guys are sending bad.
One way to get out of answering the question.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Next question.
I feel like it's hard for me to answer because I'm not having those feelings of, needing to start a group like that. I don't have feelings at all. No. But I think that if, like I mentioned, I think that you guys mentioned a couple really good things. Is one, maybe you don't need to have more people enter your group, your specific group, because it is nice to have a smaller, tight knit group of people that you know closer, that you can talk about anything and everything with. But I feel like you should also maybe, if you want to start like a fucking print revolution, is maybe start that Facebook page and try to get as many women involved as possible. To where they know that they can start their own small groups and have their own support teams. But other than that, I would agree with all of you and say, fuck it, just do exactly what you're doing and go to shows with confidence, and it's just the way it needs to be. There should be no difference between any of us. We're all on the same page. We're all printers or business owners or whatever. So I don't see you guys as anything other than equals in the industry. So I would just keep doing what you're doing.
I like the idea of somehow. I think what Dylan said is that maybe you have your original, like the founding mothers. Would that be founding mothers? Having your original, like your OG print group, but then also somehow maybe through a website or I don't know, like Dylan said, Facebook group. You have just education, or like we do shop hacks. I mean, maybe there's shop hacks for, specifically for women and how to get into the industry. And I think that there's probably some costs, obviously, that come with that. And you could easily get a sponsor, to help with that. And so maybe that's where
is
it goes
that your offer,
one direction anyway. So yeah, I'm good.
Being a sponsor? Is that what you just said?
The shirt show
100%.
sponsor.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I would love to. Yeah. In fact, okay, deal. I'm your first sponsor.
Yeah.
Take it.
It's like $20 or whatever.
It can go towards our Print Girl Mafia happy hour at the next show.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have competing happy hours now?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
It'll be way more fun. There'll be so much
It
dancing.
could be combined. Yeah, we have to go to a dance club for that one.
We'll combine it.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
All right.
Any other questions, or are we just moving on?
Moving on.
Okay, moving on.
Oh, I have
All
a
right,
question.
we have
Are you guys
some-
going to Atlantic City?
Probably because it's close for me. It is a fucking shithole, but it's fun.
We can make it fun.
Yeah, we're going.
I need personally, I need about 3 or 4 months to recover, and that's not
From your
long
month
enough,
vacation? Yeah, that sounds horrible.
Yeah. Oh God. Palm Springs. Ugh.
Ooh.
Sorry, JoJo already committed, but you don't have to come.
Oh.
There goes that
If you're
sponsorship.
too tired. $20.
All right, Dylan, quick takes.
Am I starting it off then?
Yep. You got the first
Okay.
one. You want me to say this
All right.
one because maybe it doesn't make sense?
Well, it's just like I feel like nobody's going to pick the first. 100 shirts on a manual or 1,000 shirts on an auto.
1,000 on an auto.
Yeah. All right. I didn't come up with this question, by the way.
Whoa. 100 shirts on a manual, the same job, one color. I mean, that might be kind of fun. I don't know. Maybe somebody's a really
Are we doing it for
diehard
old
manual.
time's sakes?
We're not
That's what I use.
We don't want to
Hey,
go backwards.
Myself and the people want to know a little bit more about you guys. And if you said, I love the manual, I want to print manually, or I love the auto, I want to print on an auto. Yeah, we just found out a little bit more, and everybody's an auto. Cool. I got the next question, and I asked this because we went out to breakfast, I think every single morning. And it was interesting. One morning we went out to breakfast, and Christina, I asked the server if their bacon sucked before she ordered. And so I like this. There's other ways to ask that question, I thought, but that's her style. But my question is,
It gives the server an opportunity to be like, yeah, it does. Because if you're like, is the bacon good? They're going to feel like,
you're going to just agree.
You know, like if you're like, does it
but a
suck?
different way to ask this is here. Would you order the bacon or the sausage? And so that's my question: bacon or sausage?
Bacon.
Always vegetarian.
Yeah. See. So what do you get?
Chicken
The
sausage.
veggie.
I do veggie sausage. Veggie bacon's really gross.
All right, Dylan. Next one.
Wine or vodka?
Vodka.
All across the board. Hard drinkers in this group.
I like both.
What kind of vodka? Tito's?
Tito's.
Oh yeah, Tito's.
That's what we had in our flasks, except for Christina. She had tequila.
Casa Amigo.
Tequila.
Casa Amigo.
So now you know. Now you know at future shows who's got what. So if we ask you to take shots, you know to ask Christina for tequila.
Right. Tequila is the only alcohol it's an upper.
I learned that this trip.
All right, next question. Jason Momoa or me or Dylan? Oh, just kidding. Jason Momoa
or Alex Mimosa.
Yes, let's do that
one.
I'm going Alex all day.
Mine actually is on here. Albert Einstein, because
Alex.
Let's face it. You women you're the choosers. You're the choosers of the next generation. And so do you choose Jason Momoa or Albert Einstein?
Is this like a one night stand or like husband?
Yeah,
No.
what's the situation?
Yeah, this is
or like,
this
do
is
we
who you
kill one of them off? What is this?
I'm not saying this. I don't know. It's what you want. So you answer the question, Jason or Albert.
But what if
For
someone
what?
doesn't like guys?
Do I need like a jar opened or?
Yeah. Or the law of relativity solved.
Okay, let's say who do you choose to open the pickle jar?
I mean, I'd love
Depends
to
on
watch
how fast
Albert
I want it
Einstein
open.
open a pickle jar.
I feel like Albert Einstein would have a much funnier way to open it than Jason would. He'd come up with some weird thing to do it with.
Okay, next question. All right, this is a good question, Annie. 2 press shop or a 10 press shop?
Two.
Two. That's where I'm trying to get now.
2.
Okay, I agree.
That's because you're talking to people, several people that do the HR.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, finish her off, bud.
All right, final question. What's for lunch?
I had Bojangles for lunch.
Wait, we got to go in order. Trinity, what's for lunch?
I'm about to go have pancakes after this because it's 10.
I'm probably getting grilled chicken from across the street.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Nikki.
Had Bojangles, and I've got some sweet tea just for you, Dylan.
Gross. It's gross as fuck. Deanna.
Probably Chick-fil-A. That's my spot.
Yeah. Okay, Allison.
I had pasta already.
Cooked or uncooked?
I snapped the spaghetti.
Right.
Just gnawed on it for a while.
I did throw off that same guy that Christina asked if the bacon sucked or not. Andy wasn't going to eat, and then I said we were going to share, and then he asked what we wanted, and I said uncooked pasta. Christina?
Me?
Yeah, you. Cherry ropes?
And this.
Ooh, no.
A michelada. Okay, Alexa?
It's going to be a toss-up between Chick-fil-A and Chipotle today.
Ugh. I'd still go Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, probably.
All day.
Am I the only one that packed their lunch?
I have pasta in the refrigerator.
Wait, I just got back last night, so I've not gone grocery shopping.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Joanne,
Have you
what are
tried
you
the
and Andy
new?
having together?
I want to know if Alexa's tried the new veggie chorizo from Chipotle.
I have not, and I would actually be open to it.
I have. It's really good.
It's good.
Well, you have no choice.
Yeah. It's usually just beans for me. This is exciting.
Joanne, what are you and Andy having for lunch?
Well, I'm hoping to have my old man breakfast, which is eggs over easy with toast, hash browns, and a meat of some sort, maybe chicken sausage.
Sounds amazing.
Perfect.
Favorite.
Well, we're really glad we could have all you guys on, or all you girls on. Sorry, edit that out. Keep doing what you're doing. Me and Andy are gonna make some sweet Mild Boys jackets. Nikki, we're gonna send you to make them for us.
Yes.
She's gonna hide something on the inside.
Can we get that like clear coating with the glitter spray on it?
Yeah,
obviously.
You can.
That's girls only.
Okay.
That's girls only, exclusive for girls.
Hey, I want to do a shout out for Nikki. She got her auto reclaim today. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's getting installed today. I'm ready to not wash out screens anymore.
So awesome.
Okay. I was going to say, can we do
Amy? We missed you.
Like a screenshot of everybody. So just hold up your Amy.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if I can get a good one. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, we need the Amy head in there.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.